think Janae fell off, but she should be back.
I'm sorry. I guess I just like kicked myself all the way out when I was sharing. My apologies. I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna come.
It's
It's working.
technology. It's technology.
You know, I'm trying to tell you, okay, live stream is going. So, all right. I don't know how I got myself out of here. All right, let me share my screen. Let me know if you guys can't hear this.
First, we're going to talk about what the presentation is, right? And if you can take a look, it says the presentation, the purpose of the presentation is to provide a method in which we provide guests and prospects with information about our business opportunity. It's also a vehicle to provide facts and examples of our success. It's a demonstration of our culture and professionalism, and it's a 60-minute meeting, 60 minutes, okay? Here's what the presentation is not, and I just want to make sure that I don't have anybody else in that waiting room. Can someone that just got on the presentation just put in chat box that you got in without having to be in? Okay, I see the numbers increasing, so people must be able to get in on their own. Okay, so here's what the presentation is not. The presentation is not a comedy show. It's not a church service. It's not hanging in the hood moments. It's not a motivational speaking platform. That means, you know, a lot of times we tend to want to get the audience aroused. We have a funny joke we want to tell, or we want to be motivational. Nope, this is informational. And I want you to know that this direction is not coming from me as much as it's coming from Mr. Bradley as well. This is something that he's very, very adamant about. He wants us to be consistent. He wants it to be the home of the 60-minute informational meeting about our opportunities. So it's also not a time to demean corporate America or traditional working people. A lot of times we're talking about how corporate America is the big bad wolf. Well, as Mr. Bradley says, corporate America is feeding people, right? And 99% of the people in our business do this business on a part-time basis. So we want to make sure that we let them know that this is a way for them to supplement their income, to be able to travel better. And if they want to evolve into it being a full-time opportunity, they can. But we've got to make them comfortable with actually being open to the information by respecting what they already do. And most importantly, the presentation is not about you. It's not about me. It's not about the presenter. It's about the information. So we don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking about us before we get to the information. We've been to presentations where the first 7 minutes of the presentation is the person talking about themselves, and that's not what we want to do. It's about the information. Presenter attire should be corporate, professional, business attire. Slang should not be part of the vocabulary of our presentation. We are trying to appeal to people across the board. We want to make sure that people hear the presentation, not our ethnicity, not our level of comfort with deviating from the English language. And I hope I'm not stepping on toes, but again, all of this is about making us better, making us more desirable, making us more appealing to the world, not just a segment of the world. We want to be diverse. We want to have a diverse population. So it starts with us. It starts with us making sure people don't see that we look alike, but that we think alike, that we are all in business together, right? So just what it is and what it is not. Okay, let's move on. Now, let's say
All right. So you guys saw Miss Eileen Ross. You can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that was Miss Eileen Ross, for those who do not know her. Have you ever seen that video before?
No, I have not.
That video used to be in the back office. I didn't see it back there. It's normally listed under under the videos, the training videos, but I didn't see it, but I probably was maybe going too fast. But I'm gonna drop the link in here. It's always under Vimeo. That's what I was playing it from, under the Planet Marketing channel. And I'm also going to put it right here inside of the chat group so that you guys can see it as well. If it does, I don't know if it actually copy and copy the link. Can anyone tell me, there it is. Can anyone tell me where you can find the presentation?
I thought it was on Facebook, maybe.
Very good, Shanna. It is. It's actually on Facebook. You can, there's on the Planet Marketing Facebook page, their business page. You can go on there and you will see that the presentation is done like every Thursday, and you will see the recordings on the presentation that is done. If you want to get the downloaded version of your Planet Marketing presentation, it will be located in your back office. From here, can anyone tell me where I would go to get the presentation?
I forgot. And I'm in my back office right now.
Listen, this is for oldies and newbies, right? When you're in your Planet back office, your virtual office, touch on the Planet portion at least once a week. It doesn't change much. So going in there and playing with these buttons, you know, you're not going to break anything. So just go in there and play with it. Click on your account, click on My Business. You'll see all the different tabs that come up on your My Business, different reports, you know, of that nature. Then your commission reports. You go under Information Center, then you have another drop down box. Under Information Center, you got the company news, what's happening in the company, your support desk if you need some help, your mobile app help, any additional resources. You got a library right here, and this is probably where the video, the old video may be. Basic training videos, your international locker room, and on demand, and the different videos right here. So here it is in the library. You see that presentation training, 4-star director Eileen Ross. There's her presentation. So you can get it right here, or the link that I just put in the library. But this is where you'll get all your videos from. Remember, I say everything is recorded, right? Mostly, especially on Wednesday. So if your timeline doesn't fit in schedule in the morning that you can't get on the IMV, just go into your virtual back office. Again, click on your Information Center and click in that library, and this is where I'm at. But here also under library, you're going to see presentations right here. Presentations, this will be the most updated presentation that they have. And if you didn't know, we are in the United Kingdom, Ireland, and in Mexico, right? So you have 3 different presentations, but what you also have here is a business etiquette presentation as well. A lot of people do not know that this is back here, but it is. So you take a look at it. When you go in, it's going to ask you if you want to continue to, Dropbox. You don't have to. You just go straight for the download and hit the download button, or continue to download. You don't have to put in your Gmail or Apple to log into Dropbox, and then you'll hit view. And then it has the etiquette. So we're going to talk about this in a few minutes when it comes to the convention, in about 8 more minutes. But right now I'm going to download the presentation right here where it says United States version, the condensed version, to make sure I hit the right one. 726. You hit the same button, the download button, and continue with download. And then you're going to hit view. You can hit view or you can hit download. Oh, I downloaded the one in Spanish. That'd be my big old finger.
Okay, I got lost a little bit. I was trying to follow.
You're fine.
Where did you get all the presentations? I'm in the training videos.
So you're gonna click on your virtual office. And you're gonna click on Information Center. And you're gonna click on Presentations.
Oh, I did the wrong thing. Okay, go back.
And it's gonna take you right where I'm at right now. And then the one that we want is the very first one. It's the USPC condensed presentation. You saw what Ms. Ross said. This is a 60-minute presentation. Did y'all see that?
Yes.
On the first template? Y'all know we don't do no 60-minute presentations no more. We have done 30-minute presentations for the last 2 years because based on the feedback of the audience, we have, why is it looking? Okay. I don't know why it's looking like this. We have attention spans of 7 seconds, right? So here you want to make sure that you have the most updated presentation. And because I'm in the view mode, that's why it's looking like this. If you're in the download mode, it's going to download it and it's going to take you to PowerPoint. Oh, watch, I got to sign into PowerPoint. And none of the most recent ones. So let me go in here and download because I'm on my iPad. So I'm going to go in and download it now. So you can see what it looks like when it's actually asking to download because it looks way different.
Oh yeah, I downloaded it. Okay.
So when you download it, it looks way different. It's going to probably open up in PowerPoint. And can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
It's going to come in. It's going to ask you for a password, but you don't worry about it because you only want read only. And then when you're doing read only, you can just resave it on, as a different document as on your PowerPoint, however you want to do it. Save a copy, whatever you want to do, how you want to do it, right? So this is a presentation. And when you bring up the presentation, if you've noticed, we only have 33 slides. It's a 30-minute presentation. So how many minutes, should you spend on a slide in general?
1 minute.
About a minute, right? What Ms. Ross is going to say when you're watching that video is there's some slides where you're going to pay more attention to and give more detail. And then there's some slides where you can just gloss over it, right? This slide, you're going to take the first, she says 90 seconds, you make it shorter than that, right? You can say less than 30 seconds, 45 seconds of who you are, because somebody's already probably going to introduce you as a host, right? If they're not, and you're going to introduce yourself, you're going to say who you are, give something that, came to the business. So like my name is Janae Pitts. I'm a single mother of 4. I currently reside in Costa Rica. What brought me to Costa Rica was the fact that my battle buddy told me about this amazing opportunity that has seemed like a good fit for me and my family. And it's been heaven ever since, right? Something like that. Real quick, real short. And then you go into your presentation. And once you start getting the dynamics of going through the slides, like I recommend that you go through the slide, read the slide, right? See what the slide says, right? Know what's coming up next. Don't rely on yourself or technology, because sometimes y'all see what happened. I got kicked all the way out the Zoom, right? So say we were doing a presentation, somebody would have had to come back in and pick that up for me. And to me, when someone is able to come in and take over where you left off, that shows a prospect or someone that's learning from you or learning about the business from you. That shows where teamwork makes the dream work, because we're all on the same accord and we all know how to keep the flow going. So if I got kicked out on here and it's talking about financial freedom, personal freedom, and time freedom, The normal thing, and Miss Ross is going to talk about this, is what does these things mean for you? It means different things for different people. You can say what it means to you. You say one example of financial freedom, being able to go to a boutique store and not checking the price tag. Most of the time, they don't even have price tags, right? Personal freedom, doing what you want, how you want, whenever you want, when you want. Time freedom, for me, being the most important, because time, you can make money, you can lose money, but once you lose time, you can't make it up. Once it's gone, right? So time to me is money, and it's very valuable. And then they go into the next slide, designing your ideal life, how, earn more, travel more, save more, experience more, keywords, building your strong network, e-commerce, having a .com, not a .com, becoming a travel professional, learning from the inside versus as a merchant versus as a consumer on the outside doing retail, right? And then introducing who the person is who created this opportunity, Mr. Donald Bradley. Relationships is an everlasting currency. He had a relationship with Mr. Andy Cawthon, who is our Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Leanne Truckler, who's our Chief Operation Officer. Mind you guys, it said right here, he has decades of executive management experience in marketing. He had us over in the United Kingdom within the first 90 days of our inception. We're over 20 plus countries. We're 8 years old, based out of Atlanta, Georgia. The information is there, but do you know it? So just take the time first and foremost as you're learning the presentation to literally just go through the sides and learn what the information is being read on the slides or being said about the slides. Learn what it says. So that is the first thing you should do when you're learning the presentation, is learn what the information is. And like we started out, once you learn the information and once you learn the presentation, you're learning your business. You're learning that that you're making 70% of your commission. You have a turnkey business. You do group cruises. You do church retreats, fraternity, sorority, destination weddings. If you didn't know that, now you know it, right? Knowing that groups is where your money is. Knowing that you not only have travel access, but you got cruises, vacation packages, tours. So when people say or ask you, what do you have? These are the things that you have to offer: train tickets, vacation rentals, sports and entertainment tickets. A lot of people didn't even know we do sports and entertainment, but we do. Ticketmaster.com don't pay no commission, but Event 365, Golden Tickets play it, Viator or Viator, how you want to say it, Viator, however you, tomato, Project Expedition, Shore Excursions, all those, Get Your Guide, those different places pay commissions. And people use those things for activities, tickets, Vegas, shows, those things. I was just talking to a lovely business partner I just met recently, Miss Angel. I think she's on here. And she was telling me how her and LaShana was talking about Branson, Missouri, which I'm going this weekend. I'm going to go check out one of the shows. But they have been to a lot of the shows. I had no idea about it, but I'm going to go see how I can make a commission off of it. That's what I do. I love to know, how can I put myself in a way to make this commission? So I am going on Viator. I'm looking to see what they have available. And guess, lo and behold, they have a lot of shows in Branson, Missouri on Viator that I can get a commission for. So I absolutely love that we have access to those types of partners. And then just knowing the information that travel is an $8 trillion industry slated to go to 15 trillion, knowing who's fueling it. This is educational for you to know, right? So you can know who your target audience is. And no, everybody has done this before. Book their flights on their smartphone, search for flights. We all guilty of this. Giving examples of what the commission looks like, knowing what the commission looks like on an average when somebody goes to your website for a 3-night hotel stay. Even you would know while you sleeping that you're going to get $151. So you would encourage people who are frequent business travelers to go to your website so you can go to sleep and wake up to some money, those different things. So make yourself understand how it fits into your business. And then these are the guarantees that I was talking about, how you know what your guarantees are beforehand. And then we go into the marketing side of the house, knowing how many streams of income we have. Listen, you guys, take your notes right now. And then I'm going to end this because we got to get into the convention portion of it. But I want y'all to take notes real quick. Number 1 through 8. This slide right here told us earlier that we're going to get 70-80% of commission. And these are the examples of the commission, right? So that's number one. That's the first stream of income, direct commissions from travel sales. Number one, travel commissions. That's what you're going to write down. Number two, direct sales commission, $50. That's number two. Number three, 50% match. What that means is that's $25 for the person who you brought in, who then shared this information. So LaShanna shared this with Angel. And then she said, hey, I'm going to share it with someone else. So LaShanna got her direct sale of $50. And because Ms. Whitfield is going to share this amazing opportunity with Ms. Marquita got signed up, right? Ms. Whitfield got her $50 direct sale commission. That's number two, direct sale commission, number two. And then LaShanna got the 50% check match, which is $25. That's number three. So 50% check match is number three, $25, right? Write that down. Number four is your $10 team bonus. That's a $10 team bonus that you can get up to 6 levels. That's the fourth stream of income. Now, if you put an asterisk by the direct sale, the 50% match, and the $10 team bonus, you can understand that those three you can make every week, and there's no limit on it whatsoever. So if you want to go out and you share this information and you made direct sales $50, $50, $55, and you made up to $500, absolutely great. You'll be paid as long as you did it before 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, the following Thursday. Does everybody understand that? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4. We got 4 more, right, to go. So real quick highlight. This is the top of the Builders program. So we're going to now write down 5, 6, and 7. Well, we're going to do 5 and 6 on this screen. So 5 and 6. So we've already did the $10 team bonus, right? So that was number 4. Number 5 is the 10% travel commissions override. Okay? Y'all got that? 10% travel overrides. Okay? So that's number 5. That means from that commission that was $151, Marquita booked that. But I got a check on the first of the month. I didn't know who it was from, what happened. I didn't know who booked up with her, but I was thankful for Marquita. So I said, thank you, because I got $15. That might not seem like a lot, but y'all, I'm telling you, it adds up. So that was my 10%. So that's number 5. That was number 5 for me, 10% travel commission override. Number 6 being 10% match on, I think I messed up number 1. How many I got? What did I tell y'all? 1, travel commissions. 2.
Is the if you go back a slide. If you go back a slide. So number 1 is travel commissions. Number 2 is direct sale. Number 3 is the 50% check match. And then number 4 was the 10%. What was the $10?
$10 team bonuses. And number 5 is the travel commissions
override.
And number 6 is the 10% matrix commission override. Which now leads us to number 7. Number 7 is the residual income, which is the $4 bills. That's number 7, the residual income. And number 8 is the director's program. The income from being a director, that's number 8. You start out your month with a $500 director's bonus. And as y'all see, the bonuses are all there, right? So that is your 8 stream of income. So now y'all know when you're working through the slides on the marketing side, tell them number 1 through 8 and go through it. Now you're educating yourself. So now you know, you didn't count it. Okay, this is the 8 streams of income. And as you read through the slides, you start understanding what the 8 streams of income are. Now you know how much money you making. Make sense? I encourage each of you guys to go through your Planet presentation, not just for, to be able to talk about it, intelligently with other people, but mostly for yourself as well, so that you can be educated and you can be aware and you can know how to talk intelligently about your business, about your product, and your posture becomes a lot stronger. And when you know how much money you make, it, you know, you feel a little different. Like, man, I can make that. Really? Boop, boop, boop. It makes a difference when you know where the money coming and how it's going. So, all right, we're running behind, but we're going to jump in immediately to convention. Now, I know everybody on here is not going to convention, but for those who are, definitely want you to take notes. For those who are not, y'all need to take notes and get ready for next convention because it's going to be the same. And we have one of our one-star directors on the line with us this evening. She was on a plane early this morning, going from, I think, probably the West Coast to the East Coast, right? And she's also a master travel ambassador. And oh, by the way, yes, she's wearing that green uniform on a full-time basis. So I'm saying all that to say, a lot of us talk about how busy we are and the platter that we have, or I should say the plate being full. She actually has a platter, right? That she has. So all hands on deck. Not only is she taking care of soldiers, she's taking care of us in the travel industry as well. And now she's taking care of us on the marketing side. So I'm going to introduce to some and reintroduce to others my battle buddy, Dr. Shanika Baisley Woodley, also known as Dr. Baywoo. Hey, honey. Can you hear me? Awesome. Way to go, Shanna.
Hello. I'm so sorry. I am in the country in Louisiana, and my internet going in. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear y'all now. Okay, there you go. Are these the people coming to convention?
Girl, no, honestly, when I'm looking at, we got Marquita going to my convention. Kim, you going to convention?
Not this year, guys. But this is the last year I'm missing, I promise you.
So Marquita definitely is going on that I know of, but everybody that I know is going on convention ain't on here.
Y'all need to come on.
Oh, send out the red flag. To send out the red flag.
I did send out a reminder. Hold on.
Oh, 4856.
What did she say? 4856. Did she ask? Girl, had me going back that DA form. Stop it.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. That's that 42 Alpha coming out. And I did send out a message. I'm sending out another one. Okay, but we're gonna go ahead and push through. Because I know for those who are new into the business and maybe still have a chance, the convention is still open to August the 11th, and we're going to be in Orlando, Florida. So I'm going to share my screen really quickly. I'm going to bring up some things, but we want the others that that had tips and everything for people coming to convention. Dr. Baywoo, can you just really explain to individuals who don't know what is convention? Like, what's the purpose of convention?
So, has anybody on here gone to the BET Awards? That's why you got to go to convention, because it's like being at the BET Awards.
I hope not. That's a hot mess.
Oh my God. Mute her. So it's like being at an event where you are, you're definitely networking, and then you're meeting so many people that are in different countries. So, I mean, the last convention I went to, I think it was overran by Jamaica, and then the UK showed up, and it's like, okay, it's more people from the UK and Jamaica than from the US. And so with the convention, it's like a refreshing event, because if you needed more motivation than you have now, that is the place to be. And then actually getting great information from the top income earners, because think of yourself in 2030, or 2034 being a 6-star, 7-star in this company. Can y'all imagine doing that and then doing the training and being up there where they are right now? I don't know about y'all, but I can't. I can imagine getting 118,000 plus a month, right? And a millionaire. I don't have no problem with it.
Mhm.
But just to go there and to experience that is just amazing. And you meet new people, and everybody's like on the same page. These are people that are hungry, that are going, people that need to be rejuvenated, and they understand the vision. And then Tim Grover, I don't know if y'all even read the book Relentless, but oh man, that book will make you get in your feelings. But you got to get out your feelings. But with his book, it is amazing. And for him to be there and for what he costs, we are lucky to be in his presence just to hear from him, because their book is so amazing. But convention, I mean, it's just, I mean, the last 2 years I couldn't go because I was in school and I was like, nope, you ain't going, can't take leave. But this time I told my boss I had a cold. I felt I was gonna have a cold the 21st through the 24th. And, you know, and I just felt it coming on. You know, my crystal ball was working and I felt I could just see myself.
Mm-mm.
And that's
And that's how it worked. That's why I'm going to convention on a red eye. See? Mm-hmm.
And that works out perfectly.
Yes.
Listen, so like Director Baywood just said, like it is, and I'm pretty sure if you're a part of fraternity, sorority, or even church or any type of organization, even sports, you have the Olympics is convention for sports, if that makes sense to everybody. Like it's the accumulating event of all events that people work hard for to go to. And then we get to see it in action. And when people are there, you got other athletes who are networking with other athletes in other countries that they're competing against. Offline, they might be cool, but on that field, they ain't cool, right? It's all competitive. So in our network, it is the same way. Like she just said, we all in different countries, different places, all across the globe, and then we come together in our accumulated event, and we use these magic cards. This is our to-do list, and this has been put out for. This has actually been put into the group as well. And then I'll drop this one in there too, but it's basically the same information, it's just formatted differently. Bring your black cards, because what do you do when you're networking? You're a professional, so you're changing information. So if you are new and you haven't gotten your business cards as of yet, go ahead and go on Canva, create you some business cards for your business. But definitely want to make sure you go into your Planet back office, which I am going to show you right now, since I'm sharing my screen, right? Y'all can see that, right? I'm sharing my screen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still logged into Planet. Y'all, I'm back in my virtual office, so y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm going to go to the virtual office. It's always on the main page, as the internet goes slow. And you're going to scroll down, and right here, you see that black card. You can go right here and tap on it. It says, order your black business cards today. I just ordered me a box two or 3 days ago because I needed to update my information on it. And then I will have it by the 8th this week, tomorrow, going to convention, making sure I have my black card so I can network with other individuals that's there with me, but not only network, but also be able to put those black cards into the baskets when I'm going to get my card, my registration information, because you get to win some gifts if your card is taken, like if picked up. So they were giving out last year Louis Vuitton bags, right, Marquita? Those big old Louis Vuitton backpacks and or carry duffel bags.
Well, I didn't win, so I don't care.
Lord help Jesus. That's what they were giving away last year. 1 year he gave away computers, all of that. See, we can't ask Marquita because she said the BET Awards was bougie. Then she was like, I don't care.
No, BT Awards ain't bougie. It's a hot mess.
I mean, a hot mess. That's what you said.
Yeah. Fake boobs and booties everywhere.
No, I don't know. I haven't seen that in so long. But then the second one is bring a journal. Make sure you have something to write with so that you can take plenty of notes because it's educational. We network with everybody. And this says pack your Pat Riley shirt. Listen, I don't have it on right now, but if you have a Planet Marketing shirt, that's what you wear. But if you don't, it's okay because on Wednesday, it's going to allow you, if you get there on Wednesday, you get to register. I don't think we'll go over the schedule real quick, but I don't think the store is going to be open, but I know the store is going to be open on Thursday that morning. So in between lunch, or in between classes, if you can, it'd be hard to do. The reason why I say this, you're not there for a Pat Riley shirt. Let's be clear. So if you are standing in line and you're supposed to be in class, then you're wrong. And I'm saying that for the simple fact you came so that you can level up in your business and to hear from, like Dr. Baywu said, the top income earners that you don't get to listen to on a regular basis pour into you. That's why you paid your money. So if you're standing in line for a $20 shirt and you invested so much more, where are your priorities? That's ask yourself that question. Don't answer me, but ask yourself that question. But if you can stand in line, we get out at 11 o'clock or about 1 o'clock to go to the store. You can stand in line and get you a shirt. Somebody's hand raised up.
That's mine. So I have a question about that. So I ran into somebody who here on Eisenhower, who was a part of the business. And so she had a shirt, a Planet Marketing shirt on. And so it sparked a conversation. So it was like that it caused a conversation to start, even though I knew what it was. It was the fact that that she wears it to be a conversation starter to possibly, gain a prospect. So that goes into my question of since those items are not available on the back office to purchase online and they're only available when you go to convention, why is it frowned upon to be in line to get that when that's going to help with you being like a billboard for your business when you go out and wear it? And because like if you wait until 11, it's like the stuff that like you want to get be gone.
It's priorities. It's priorities. It's just, it really goes back to what I just said. Every top leader is going to sell you the exact same thing. It's where your priorities is. If your priorities is to go wear a t-shirt for a conversation starter, that's your priority. Go for it. But they're going to say you invested way too much money into coming to convention to stand in line for a t-shirt. That's what they're going to say. And they're making 7 figures and they don't wear bling bling t-shirts. So it is totally up to you what you want to do because everybody's their own boss. But you're absolutely right. It is frowned upon. And you hear it all the time, even on the I think the basic training. They're gonna say, who people serious, because those people who serious gonna be sitting in the chair. But those people who not serious, you're gonna see them outside having conversations or in Starbucks line or XY. You're gonna see them doing it. You're gonna see that. And I'm glad Marquita brought that up because you are going to see it happening. You are going to see it. But again, this will be my 6th convention going to 6. And I'm always in the chair. If I get a shirt, great. If I don't, great. If I get Starbucks, great. If I don't, great. But I am sitting in that chair because y'all, I paid too much money to come, me personally. I pay too much money to be missing out on anything. So I'm gonna get all my nuggets. That's my priority though. So I say again, it's up to you. It's your priorities of work, like we do in the military. We got priorities of work. We're gonna set up the tents first, or we're gonna establish lines of communication. Which one gonna go first? Which one do we need to do first? So you have to make your own judgment calls. But people who are brand new, I would definitely recommend you to talk to your coach, your upline, get their guidance, because we're not all under the same leadership. But I'll tell you, that's what my leadership say. Director Babel, you want to chime in on this?
The leadership?
About, the question that Marquita just asked about, why is it frowned upon to be in line waiting on, like getting a shirt? But she had a great point that it's a conversation starter. But when the lines are so long, then you're not in class, for example.
Yeah, and so that is important, and it is frowned upon. And for me, I don't have a Planet. Only the Planet shirts that I use are the ones that I get from convention that they give us. That's in our packet. I use that as a conversation starter.
We ain't got a shirt in a long time.
How do you get a shirt?
I still use the same shirt I got that say Elevation on it.
Yep, that's the one.
Oh Lord, okay.
Yeah, I had that one on yesterday.
It's a conversation starter. It's a conversation starter. But that's the same thing when you are even in IntelliTravel, when you're going to ITQ and they have the stores open when folks should be learning and in class, but they in the store shopping.
That's the truth. That is a truth. So again, use your own best judgment for your own business, because we ain't nobody's bosses, period. But just know that, yeah, if you're be coachable. If you say you're coachable and your coach says, hey, I need you in the class, doing what you need to do because you're investing in your money, then be coachable. When you're not doing what your coach says, then you're saying you're not being coachable. So it is really your decision, honestly. So the pep rally shirt, pack comfortable clothes and shoes. Mr. Cedric White hit on this on our Goal Builders call, and then if y'all see in the chat, Dr. Bird will talk about wear comfortable shoes. And then I even went in even extra to tell you that don't mean flip-flops and house shoes, y'all. People ridiculous. Like they ridiculous. And it came to a point where it had to have a conversation about it. No flip-flops, no house shoes. They was like, no, you all nice and professional, and then you got on some house shoes. They was like, don't do that. So wear some flats, that's nice and professional flats. We at work, some people at work now and they feed a lot. Get some comfortable flats. I got me some comfortable flats to make sure that it's still appropriate what I got on and dress professionally, so I can walk out of there and not make myself look bad or even make the planet look bad. We are a professional group, so when other people are watching us, we want to show that class. The Planet University, make sure you have a backup charger, please, because it's going to go dead. Your phone is going to go dead, so make sure you have that. This is your little checklist of the greens. Y'all can check it off as you go when you're packing your bag. Make sure you're looking at your Planet schedule, and we're going to show that in just a second, as well as getting now during your convention time. Mr. White also talked about, prepare your outfits, what clothing you're going to wear. What are you wearing for Thursday? What are you wearing for Friday? What are you wearing for Saturday? So you already got your ducks in a row, what you want to wear, and you're good to go. And that's one less stressor for you when you go. There are no steamers. If you're a steamer like I am, I pack my portable steamer, but there are irons in every room if you're in the room. But if you're in the house, it's only an iron and ironing board, no steamers. But in convention, get excited, take your business serious. That's what it says right here. Don't linger in the hall or skip classes. People spend thousands of dollars to receive the type of training that has been prepared for you. This is your opportunity to develop personally and professionally and rise responsible, informed, successful entrepreneurs. That's the acronym. Arrive on time, early before class. The doors will be closed once classroom capacity is reached, or arrive early to secure your seat, or it will be standing room only for certain classes. Now, I know that for general session, if you got your ticket early, you will probably, if you're in the first 2,500 to get your ticket early from convention last year, you will have a different, you will have something identifying you on your name, on your badge, that's going to allow you keep, understand what I'm going to say. The doors for those early bird registrations, the door will open at 8 a.m. for general session, not 9, 8 a.m. for early bird registrants only. The doors will open at 9 o'clock for everyone else. So understand it's going to open up a little bit early, an hour early, actually, for those who are early birds. Okay, so you get a little advantage, but it'd still be 2,500 people. Also, this year they have hired staff to navigate the they have hired staff to navigate the in and out of the convention. Like, you know, when you're standing up at the doors and stuff, they now have staff that's going to be paid staff that's going to navigate that. So hopefully it will be better. So people who are new to convention, Marquita, you can speak on this, right? How crazy it is when it comes to going inside for general session with all the people waiting to get in.
Oh yeah, you be throwing some bows because they will push. You got pushed back because honey, they were trying to get them seats.
Yes.
Throw some bows professionally.
As professionally as you can, but
yeah.
It's the truth, and we want to give you the insight because we don't want to make it peaches and cream and like this stuff don't happen. But yeah, you might get an incident where somebody gonna step on your foot, somebody gonna hit you, like, you know, might be accidentally or shove against you accidentally. You know, listen, I'm not that person, so I don't put myself in that environment. I can't do crowds like that. If you're like me, get there an hour and a half early. I be at the door at 7 in the morning or by 7:30. That's when the doors open at 9. Marquita can tell y'all, because I don't like crowds. I don't deal with crowds, and I don't like people pushing or shoving or getting around me like that. So I'm in the front, so then I don't have to worry about being on all that. So if you're anything like me, be proactive and get there early, and it'll eliminate all of that. We talked about taking the notes, follow the rules. They'll talk about different rules as it's going along, but the biggest rule is no video recordings. They don't like that. Listen to about the audio. It depends on, you know, it's the information is considered, oh, I forgot what they called it. I can't remember. They call this something so that you cannot you can video record it because it belongs to Planet Marketing. So don't do that, and make sure you're following the guidance and have your notes. At one point we could do audio for classes and stuff like that. That was okay, but you know, listen to what the person who's running that class is going to tell you. They're going to tell you the game rules coming out the gate. Take plenty of photos, meet the directors, go live. When you meet the directors, don't just go up there and take a picture. Don't ask them the question of, what do I need to do? Don't ask those questions. Ask specific questions and be intentional. Ask some questions like, for example, how did you get to where you are? How has this changed your life? Like, because you don't, if you know them, great, but you don't really know them like that. So how has this business changed your life? How has it improved your family's life? You know, things of that nature. We see your glory, but I don't know your story. How did you start? You got any other example questions, Director Baywood, that you want to give out?
So you can ask them, like, what is their schedule? How do they manage their time to do this business? What keeps them going? But like Janae said, you don't want to go up there and say, I just want a picture.
That's good.
For example, we went to a meeting and everybody was around Mr. Moore taking a picture. So they were like, "Hey, you want to get a picture of Mr. Moore? I can take it with your phone." I said, I don't need a picture with him. I came here to ask him a question. And Mr. Moore looked at me like, "Okay, well, ask your question," because I was like, "I ain't here to take no picture. I got plenty of pictures. He ain't changed."
That's good. That's good. And also you can do a video. Like you can do like get a this is just a social media. We're gonna do social media in a little bit with Director Mayberry's team at 9:30 in the next hour, I guess. Yes, so the next hour. But one of the things that you can do is when you ask the question, do a quick video clip of the answer. Like, you know, hey, I'm talking with you can do the intro later. You're just getting the content. So like your intro later could be like, this is my conversation with a 7-figure income earner. And then it goes with you asking your question, and then it has the response. You're recording the response that they got. And you can use that as a quick real video or a story video on any of your platforms to use, right? Because a lot of people, believe it or not, they don't have people that know that are 7-figure income earners that's making $1 million. So it's a big deal. I know I didn't. I don't know nobody in the military when I was coming up. I know some now that's like doing some big things in real estate that are making 7 figures in Uncle Sam's world too as well. But in the beginning, I didn't. So it's good to know people who are making 7 figures. So it's good to share their knowledge with other people. That shows you're not a gatekeeper and you're not stingy with the information you're willing to share. So don't be afraid to ask intentional questions and be very serious about it. And trust and believe, like Director Babel just said, Mr. Moore gonna pay attention to that. You know, he gonna pay attention. Like, oh, you just ain't up to you up here with a purpose. But make sure you be timely about it. If it's like during class time, they're really busy. Like they got classes back to back to back to back to back, right? So they usually are going to be running from one class, probably going to another class. So you don't probably want to get them during that time. You want to get there early, get there early as you know they're getting ready. You want to get there early in general session and stuff like that, because then you can have conversations. General session is a lot of time where you can get that good feedback. It'll be a whole bunch of people and the atmosphere will be electric. But don't do it when they're like needing to go to classes in between. If they get done early, great. If you see that focus walk that they walk in, Mr. Moore got a focus walk. If you see that focus walk, don't stop him. Mr. Bradley, don't stop them. They on the move. So, but like they're just generally hanging out. Like I hit Mr. Bradley up in the elevator one time. And it was actually a pretty cool moment because one of my peeps was having issues with heights and she was kind of wigging out. And Mr. Bradley was having a conversation. Her and Mr. Bradley, Mrs. Bradley was having a conversation, got her mind off of the heights. And before she realized it, we was at the floor and she got off. And I said, you didn't even realize that you wasn't even fearful anymore because you were having engaging conversations. And afterwards, Mr. Bradley came to her later. It was like, how's that height? He was like, he made it a coaching moment to let her know that when you focus on something else, you may be fearful of some things, but the focus will help distract you and keep you grounded. It was really powerful. So you just never know when opportunities may appear, but when it's in between different things, you want to kind of read the room and know when to approach, right? All right, meet the team on Friday night. And Dr. Bay will tell me if this is right. This last information that I got. Mr. Moore is going to do our team meeting on Friday night from 6 p.m. to about 10 p.m.
That's correct.
Okay, so when we're looking at the schedule, the schedule ends at 4:30 for class, but it's going to give you a time to like at least go get something to eat and then be back in that room that he's going to have for us to have our team powwow, meet the team. That's going to be a great way that you can network, like Dr. Bayou said earlier, introduce yourself, find out about that other person, exchange cards. It's cool to hang out with the people you know, but it's even better to start hanging out and getting to know other people you don't know, because you never know if that person might be in a state where you might have a prospect and you might need them to meet your prospect, you know, at that state to take care of them. That's what happened with one of my business partners. She has family in New York, but she's in Georgia, but she met one of the directors from New York and met a business partner at an event, I think Dreammaker, I think it was. And then she had her prospect meet up with that business partner that she had met. And that business partner took care of her prospect in New York. So that's how you want to get that networking. And then you never know, sharing information is always great. So what one team is maybe doing, we all do the PS3. We may do it a little bit differently, but you're learning some different things. So, hey, as I say, learn it, implement it, and take it to another level. All right. That's that lit part.
That question.
Question.
Okay, so this year about the food. Well, speaking of food, how are we gonna do lunch this year as far as like, how it is? Huh?
Yeah, good. Say that. We're gonna get there. It's on my
okay
list.
Right.
But we're gonna talk about that. That's good. And then after convention, post your picture, share your experience with your team, and take immediate action to grow your business. It's one thing just to go through the motions of it's one thing to go through the motion, but it's a whole different thing to be able to leverage why you went. Like, you're investing in all of this, use it, execute, make it profitable for you afterwards. Don't go in there and then just keep everything. That does not make any sense whatsoever. So be able to leverage and become visible and make people curious about what you are doing. So talking about the schedule, this is what I was talking about, the registration, the first 2,500 people who are going to register with the early bird receive their early bird access to get in. They're going to do registration on Wednesday from 4 p.m. They'll be there to 8. If you can get there on Wednesday between that time, that will be absolutely phenomenal. I actually reserved a table at 5 o'clock, just a welcome dinner for any and everybody that's going to be there on Wednesday. So we're going to already be there for registration. It's at the Hibachi Grill Steakhouse, the Japanese steakhouse that's on the property. A lot of people sometimes can't get to it in convention because it's always either busy or sold out. So I had already went and made reservations for it for that Wednesday at 5 o'clock on there. So anybody's welcome. And I will be posting that in the messenger group. All right. Come with your ID. They might be checking ID. It just depends. But, make sure you guys are reading the 14 things you need to know about convention. But I definitely wanted to share right here about the Planet Store because I wanted to see if they were going to be open. But they're not going to be open on Wednesdays like I thought. And so it is going to be Thursday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. However, on Friday, they're going to open up at 7:30. So if you want to get in, and they're not going to sell out of everything on the first day. If you want to get, they will sell out by Friday, though, mostly a lot of that stuff. If you want to get in and get in early, again, you need to be there because people are going to be there in line waiting for them to open. So be there at 6:30. Be the first one in to get out so that you can get to class when class starts. Class on Friday is going to start. I'm going to look at the schedule, but it's the women's locker room. And I think it either starts at 8 or 9 o'clock. So this is being strategic about how you want to move at convention and knowing the times when things are happening, okay? Hold on for just a second, you guys. Dr. Babel, can you take over for a minute for me? I'm going to pull up the convention side.
Okay, yes, ma'am. So I think Marquita was asking about lunch on the other days. But like Janae said, we just got to be flexible sometime. But they do start those classes on time and they end on time, and they try to keep a schedule. So again, wear your flat shoes, be comfortable, have your water containers with you, and I don't know. Sometimes, when you go in early, somebody goes in early and they save chairs. So just be mindful of that and don't be mad or upset if somebody says, hey, I'm saving these 2 rows, right? Because sometimes that happens. So just be mindful of that. I don't know if we have the colors. Do we have the colors yet, Janae? I think she's doing something. But on locker room, normally, we wear our black most of the time. And now I'm getting a work call. Does anybody have any specific questions when it comes to clothing and being where they're supposed to be?
So it wasn't necessarily about, okay, so for lunch. So
hold on, Marquise. I'm gonna deep dive into lunch in just a second. I'm sorry, y'all. I had got a call from somebody that I was waiting on a call for quite some time, and they just called. So my apologies. But Dr. Baywood, you talking about the locker room? No, it's not going to be black. You can wear anything that you want.
Okay.
For the women's locker room. So here's you guys' schedule. Please make sure you're looking at the schedule and get with your coach to make sure you go over what is good for you. I recommend sometimes if you can stay in the same class and everything is in alignment with you to stay in the same class, stay in the same class. You are able to leave your stuff in your seat for lunch, and come back to it if you're going to be in the same class. But sometimes they just want you to just get out the room so they can kind of reset or whatever the case may be. But you can leave your stuff and come back if you say are going to do the next class in that same room. That's how they did it before. Be flexible because sometimes things can change. So, just kind of be flexible about what it is and what it is that you want to do. Friday going backwards, women's locker room does start at 8:00. Women's locker room is at 8:00. And that's one of the great ones that you don't want to miss. Last year was pretty good. Not pretty good, real good, emotional, but you learn a lot of different things and you can ask questions. So be prepared again for questions on that kind of thing. A lot of questions that's asked a lot of the times is, as a woman, how do I prospect a man? I mean, hey, keep asking the question until everybody answers differently. The panel is sometimes different too. So where you might have heard that answer from a different person, you'll hear from a different person. So, but that's one of the questions that are usually asked. But think of a question that you can ask the individuals who are going to be sitting on that panel about what it is. Same thing with Shark Tank. If you're going to be going to Shark Tank, you see right down there, Nally Graham, 7-figure income earner. Rachel Laji, same thing. She's making 7 figures. Is she a millionaire now? Yep. No, she's not a millionaire. Is she? Yep, 4. Yep, 4 millionaires. Well, got to keep up. And then Miss Watkins Mutes, she just hit her 6 star. Yep. So that's 6 star. So then Miss Nina Vital, she just hit her 5 star. And Miss Letitia Campbell, who just also hit 5 star. The principal is JP Watkins Muse is a 6-figure income earner. So is Miss Nina Vital. So is Miss Letitia Campbell. And Miss Nally Graham and Rachel, I believe are 7 figures. So have those intentional questions for these professional women who are making this income. Again, don't go in there just asking some off the wall. Just really be serious about it. This goes into your Facebook, if you want to do lives, or even if you're scared to do lives or fearful of doing lives, no problem. Do this in a video. We can practice, with each other. Like when we having lunch, we can even do it during lunch, time. Hey, what is your why? You can do it to a business partner. Dr. Baby, what is your why? You a full-time U.S. Army soldier. You are a mother. You are a wife. You crisscross the country as an IntelliTravel ambassador. You're considered a hybrid. You're also a 1-star director. You have reached the top of both programs and maximizing and leveraging the income of both programs. tell us, why did you get started? You know, her story, you know, that she would be a great person to interview. I'm going to interview her. I'm just telling y'all. And then put it into your stories. And like I said, it has the business partners down there. Then your experience, you know, make sure you get that, that content, that lifestyle content. If you are getting there early on Wednesday and you're not staying at the hotel, I have a room at the hotel. Come on in, change into your bathing suit. You know, go down the lazy river, go down the tube slide, you know, show your stuff at the World of Marriott, so people can see what it's all about. Dip your toes in the water. If you're at the house, different lifestyle content, just different things. Started out with breaking news, major announcements, like what happened, what was big, what was major, how many like ring words, did we hit another millionaire, you know, different things like that. Doing the videos of people telling their stories, the ones that are really deep and emotional that resonate with you, and popping them up, that will get a lot of traction. And then at the end of the day, do a daily recap of your day. Talk about what it was that you learned. Man, like I sat in on this many classes where this many 7-figure income earner. I learned this, that. You know, and share with the people, and always do a call to action. If you're not here with me, I'm looking for people that's XYZ, like give parameters of the people you're looking for that's like you, or, you know, more beneficial, or you want more of. As I say, I'm looking for people that's better than me, honestly. I'm looking for people that's better than me, that can add value to me, that can enhance me, enlighten me. That's what the tribe and the vibe that I'm putting out there. Here's an example. It has it down there. I'm looking for 5 to 10 sharp business mind people. It's that you inbox me ASAP, right? So I'm going to drop all this in the messenger group so you guys can see it, the checklist. You already have the 14 things you need to know about convention. You already have this map that you that's also in your back office. I posted, if you need, because this is pretty big, if you need what the wheelchair, not the wheelchair, but the, what do you call the thing?
Motorized chair.
Yes, if you need that motorized chair or that scooter, then you definitely want to call the number that I dropped in the chat. They do deliver to the World of Marriott. If you have any questions about storage, they'll tell you where you can put it at. You know, they are ready for it. Put it that way. They do have handicap parking that is free. You need to bring your handicap sticker if that's applicable to you, and then you don't have to pay. It's normally located in the front of the convention center, so all you have is a direct walk across the street. But there are only a few of them, so they get gone really quickly. And oh, by the way, if somebody's already at the hotel and they're staying over, they can be parking in that parking spot. So just know that if you are driving, you will have to pay for parking if it's not available. All right, now let's talk about this food, right? Okay, so food, a couple of things. So here's the things that you can do. You can do Uber Eats. Uber Eats schedules food for you. I have Uber Eats. I pay for the Uber Eats, so there's not a delivery. What is it? A delivery cost to it. And they do group orders as well. So you can schedule Uber Eats, like I did it for a travel party when I was here in Arkansas, just to see how it worked. And I scheduled it for 1 o'clock. And it came right on time, like clockwork, at 1 o'clock, you know, and so all I had to do was pick it up and it was time to eat, right? So it was perfect. So that's one thing you can do. You can, like I said, you can also do it as a group, like, because they do group orders through Uber Eats as well. And like I said, I have it to where you don't have to pay for delivery. So if you want to use it through my Uber Eats, so you don't have to pay for that delivery charge, I'm available for that to happen. All you have to do is Cash App or Zelle me, and we can work it out and have those things scheduled. And that's the coolest thing. You can order from multiple places. Like everybody don't have to order from the same place. I order from 2 different places, and I scheduled both places to do it at 1 o'clock because I want to see again how it worked. And both the orders came from 2 different places. There is a menu that I am going to upload that Director Mayberry also is doing. She has a catering. It's roughly different like roasted chicken. It has a menu of different things. The price point is from $10 to $15 for the meal. And they're looking at doing it for not only lunch, but also dinner. If that is something that you want to do on one of the days, then all I ask is you have to let me know so that I can inform her so that you will be put on the spreadsheet so that your order can be placed. And then we'll be collecting the funds for it as well. The other thing someone recommended is ordering pizza because, and they weren't saying it like ordering pizza for lunch. It was like order it that night and then have it for the next day, and then use the microwave downstairs that they have in the kitchen. Not kitchen, but in the what I'm trying to say, in
the lobby.
Yep, in the lobby to heat it up. And then I'm going to pull up as well for the World of Marriott. They have the different places that you can eat. You can find it on their site, and you can also do reservations because I'm going to show you how I was able to book that reservation online with the Japanese grill for their different places. Here, your World of Marriott, Google, and then right here under dining. Can y'all see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So right here under dining, you have their first thing that comes up is the curated dining events, and then you got the Mikado. That's where I was, a Japanese steakhouse. So you can hit find a table, put in a date, put in if that's what you want to do, and reserve your table. So that's the other thing you can do. You can reserve. Now listen, look at the times where you can reserve. This is mostly for the evening time. But again, when evening time comes out, everybody is going to these places, right? Everybody. So if this is one of the places you want to eat at, you want to make sure that you go ahead and find a table and see if you can get a reservation for those times. If you don't see where it says find a table, that means it's just open bar for you to be able to come in and, get in where you fit in. The central pantry is where you would get those day-to-day things like, sodas, breakfast, cereal, milk, that kind of stuff is located in the bottom, like below the lobby, one level below the lobby, and Starbucks, which is always full of people, and it gets the times here for you. And so that's how the food normally works. Marquita, you got anything else to ask about the food?
So I was more so referring to like how we did it last year when we had the food trucks out there. That one person went out there and took the order for everybody, depending on, like if everybody had a consensus on eating at that particular food truck, so that when it was time to go to lunch, that one person was already in line, able to order for everybody so that they wouldn't have to get in line themselves and have to wait like a long time. So I was more so wondering about is for like when it comes to lunchtime and to take part of the food trucks that's there, if if that person wants the option of that, to like have one person get an order and be in line for everybody.
That was the reason why I didn't bring that up.
Oh,
because it goes back to the standing in the line for the t-shirt. And so I was being coachable. That's how I got all the other information, because that did come up and it was like it holds true the same thing. So now you take somebody that should be in the class, but now they're not in the class because they're out there standing in line for food, when there's other alternates that you can do for food, which is what they talked about, which was the Uber Eats, Miss Mayberry doing the thing to keep people from having to do that and miss out on the training that they should be in. And also they were talking about for it being, because when you are in line, you may or may not get your food in a timely manner. And then you'll be late for the next class because you only get 60 minutes. So that's why we have more options than what we had last year. And that's why I didn't mention the food trucks. It's because they was like, here are the alternates. You can do Uber Eats. You can get on with what we're going to do, the catering service. So that means that no one has to miss out on anything. That's why we're planning ahead. So food trucks for us is out. because I'm being coachable
Mhm.
for that 60-minute duration. And me personally, they were okay. The food trucks was great, but they wasn't all that in the bag of chips for me to stand in line for them that long and get the food. So that was good. So that was a good question. So for those who are new and going to be at the food trucks, yeah, you'll see what we're talking about when it comes to the food trucks. That's all we're talking about, Uber Eats, scheduling it out. So all you have to do is get your food when you walk out of your training. You don't have to worry about it. And again, I have a room, so if people want to come up and eat, and if you have cold cuts or sandwiches or things like that, the rooms only have small refrigerators, so you're only able to like put so much in the little small refrigerators, but it does keep it cold, and you can put it in there as well. And if you are like Marquita, if you're driving like someone, if you're driving and you have like a little cooler that you want to bring, you can do that too. As well. And so that's pretty much what it is for convention and the survival tips. So we hit all the highlights with your calendar, your schedule, getting with your coach when it comes to your schedule, how to do your Facebook lives. We talked about the food preparations ahead of time, cell phones, the rules they're going to tell you, those rules, make sure you have them on silent. Or do not disturb while you're inside. We talked about the general session, if you're part of first registration, how you get there early, just being very strategic and intentional about what it is that you want to do. Dr. Baby mentioned about saving seats and stuff like that. That is a huge, big deal. Saving a whole row is not really kosher. But people do it, just still expect it, because again, you can't tell other people what to do. They're going to do what they want to do anyway, but you just do what you need to do and be coachable in all things, because you never know who is watching you. Do you have any more questions about convention? Again, this all will be posted in the messenger group, as well as other information that comes along with it. And for, again, those who are not going to convention, they will announce convention right the day of, the day that is over, like on Saturday. So last year it crashed when all of us tried to get on it, but they are going to do it again. So as soon as I get the information, trust and believe, I'm gonna send it out to everybody, the masses. So if you didn't get a chance, make sure you have about $350 readily available, because that's how much a convention ticket is going to start out the gate. Now, do you have to get it immediately? No, but it will put you in the early registration to be able to, the early bird registration, to be able to have access a little bit earlier than others. So that's a real benefit of it. But you do have all to purchase your ticket and where it until it sells out, or until they cut it off, which they're going to be doing on August 11th. But again, if you're going to convention and you want to be a part of the early bird, make sure you have your funds available so you can hit that button and then look for the information of the location of where we're going to be. I hope it's in Orlando next year, because Orlando seems to be a pretty fun place to hang out and do fun things. We're going, like I said, we're going to do the welcome for anybody on 5 o'clock at the steakhouse. And then Saturday night, we're going to do something as a team as well. Not sure if we're doing it at the house or if we're going out to hang out like we did last year, where we just hit up Universal Boardwalk and hung out there and didn't pay any money. We like doing that kind of stuff where you don't have to pay more money and you walk around and just have a good old time. So that was really fun. So we're looking to do something similar to that again this year. All right. If all hearts and minds are clear, next week, make sure you are signed up for HubSpot. If you do not know what that is, Google HubSpot, HUBSPOT. You're signed up for it. Miss Angel Whitfield is going to come on the mic next week for us as well. And we're going to be talking about how you can use certain payment platforms, assistant payment platforms, to help your client pay off their payment in full. For example, Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay, Sezzle, Zip. And I know there's one more, 6 of them that I'm missing. I don't never say Uplift because Uplift is your credit score has to be dang near over like 700 and up to get approved for that. So if your person's credit score is not great, then Uplift wouldn't be the one that be advantageous for them. But we're going to talk about that and how they work with Travel Joy. Not only Travel Joy, but also with your suppliers and how you can pay your suppliers. It's going to be amazing. So you definitely don't want to miss it. And making sure you have your HubSpot, because like I said, we're getting ready to do email marketing. And this is the kind of stuff that you want to share with your clients. You want to be able to know intelligently that, hey, oh, by the way, if you need payment plans, we have payment plans available. These are the different methods that you can use. Boom, 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 boom. And Miss Angel can tell you more about Zip because I just learned about it. That was one that I had not used. Miss Renette Upson Bush, she can tell you about Sezzle because she has used that. I have used all the rest of them. I've used Afterpay, Affirm, Klarna, and there's one more that I'm missing. That I've used. Just
I think you said PayPal. Was that one of them?
Yeah, PayPal. I've used all of them to be able to see how it works with travel, and so has Miss Angel, and so has Miss J Brown as well. So these are the different people we're going to have for next Wednesday so that you guys can feel comfortable and be ready to ask questions and actually go download the apps, go check them out, go see what they have in it. Just because you download the app don't mean you do anything. You'll just kind of see what stores are available inside the app. And I think me and Angel was looking at it and we have made the consensus that there's one that's more travel friendly than any of the other ones. And was that Klarna?
Afterpay.
It was Afterpay.
I love you more. Remember.
Meaning like when everything and you had Delta, you had American, you had everybody up in there that they could use, so trust and believe you definitely gonna want to know this information because here's the deal, the peace of mind that Rachel had said when she first got on there. She's like, I got a client. Not only did I get a client, I got a client that paid the full price, y'all. So that's amazing to be able to have clients that pay the full price. That's what we're going after because it's going to make it easier for you as a travel advisor because one, you don't have to keep sending reminders to make their payments, right? Because that's one thing. And then the second thing, you don't have to stop and make the payments with the suppliers because now they're already paid off. So they're paying who they're paying and your trip is completely done. All you got to do is send them, hey, this is what you need. This is your packing list. These are things you need to know before you go and your bon voyage email and your welcome back email, that kind of stuff. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to Miss Angel representing. And if there is no one else that needs any further questions, we're going to get ready for our
question.
Go ahead, Marquita.
Are you going to have a meeting for those that are staying at the house?
Mm-hmm. I will have them specifically for you guys.
Okay.
And then I'll put that out there so you guys know what that's all about. And so the next training is in about 25 minutes. That's with Director Mayberry. So again, social media, talking that, but she's going to go into a little bit more detail about what she's planning on doing. She's going to talk about the compensation plan, and then she's going to talk about a 7-day social media upcoming boot camp. Okay, no problem, sweetie. That's the only one that's not recorded, but that's okay. I usually teach on that on a different time, so I take what she's learned and share it later on. So you have safe travels on your flight. All right, ladies, again, thank you so much for showing up for your success. We're gonna miss you guys until next week. Same bat channel, same bat time, same channel, same bat time. You guys take care. Be good.